Hi friends, I wanted to take just a moment and talk to you about our clock in and clock out process. So when you are scheduled for an event through Planning Center Online, it'll include an arrival time underneath that day's event. You want to make sure that you are on campus by that time. That's what time we're going to get things started. So you're going to arrive on campus and you're going to clock in through Paylocity, which will be on an app on your cell phone. Remember that it will not work if you're not standing in the building. So you won't be able to clock in as you're driving in or in the parking lot. You have to be standing in the physical building before you can clock in. Please be mindful of the fact that we are blessed to be paid through ministry money, tithe money, and so we want to honor and steward that well. So we ask that you are welcome in the building at any time you need to arrive before the event, but please do not clock in until 5 minutes before your scheduled time. So let's say on a Tuesday you are out running errands and you don't have enough time to go back home. Go ahead, come on up to the church. But as you're eating dinner, reading a book, talking to friends, we just ask that you don't clock in until 5:55 if your arrival time was 6, or 5:25 if your arrival time is 5:30. So please don't clock in earlier than 5 minutes before your arrival time. Once you clock in, you're going to go over to the computer system and get yourself a sticker. Remember, you may need to change yourself from a regular attender to a volunteer. If you don't know how to do that, no problem. Ask someone around you to help you or your coordinator. So you've clocked in, you have your sticker, now you're going to head to whatever location is your huddle time. Huddle time is so important because this is our opportunity to connect with one another. This is where we're going to share prayer requests, have a time of prayer, maybe do a devotional, and get updates on events coming up as well as policies and procedures for our ministry. Like I said, this time is so important because this is when we connect with one another. After huddle, you're going to head to your classroom and prepare for your event. That might look like putting chairs around the table, turning your DVD players on so that you have music playing, which creates a welcoming environment for the kids. You're going to want to make sure you have enough roll sheets to get those kiddos checked in. Talk about your evening with the other people in the room. Make a plan for how it's going to go. Things like, hey, I'll do the game if you'll do the craft, or do we want to do free play at the beginning, or do we want to have a structured event going on, or structured activity, going on. Make a plan for your evening. Don't forget, if you are in a room with diaper changes, that you make a plan for diaper changing. There should never be an event where one person changes all the diapers. That's not fun for anyone. If you're in our elementary environment, this is a great time to go ahead and look over your small group questions so that you're prepared for that time with the kids. You may also need to discuss what time you want to start curriculum. Some of our events are an hour long and some of our events are 2.5 hours long. So your start time will vary each evening. So make sure you have a conversation with those in the room and you make a plan. Here's the most important thing I need you to do. Put all personal belongings away. What does that mean? Cell phone, keys, purses, anything that you brought with you needs to be put away. Put away is not on the table in the classroom. It's not even on the changing station in the classroom. Put away means in a closet or a cabinet where you cannot access it during the event. Remember, if we're on our cell phone, you are sending a message to the kids that the person in your device is more important to them. And that is not our heart for this ministry. So we are never on a cell phone during our events. And for that purpose, there would be no reason to have it out. So you're putting it away in a cabinet or in the closet away from you. 15 minutes before the event that we're there for begins is when parents can start dropping their kiddos off. So 15 minutes before, you need to be standing at the door ready to greet our families. We're going to get them signed in. We're going to have a great event. And now the last kid's been picked up and it is time to close up shop. So I need you to wipe down everything. Yep, I mean everything. So clean off the table. Don't forget to think about the chairs. Little hands have been pulling that in and out all night long. So wipe down all the chairs and stack them on top of the table. This is really important, as we have learned if we leave the chairs around the table, it will not get vacuumed underneath. So stack all those wiped chairs down on top of the table. Make sure you wipe down every single toy. This is really important. I know we're tired and we're ready to go at the end of the night, but we want to be good stewards of what the Lord has given us, and that means taking care of our toys. Sorry about that. That means taking care of the toys that the Lord has provided for us. So wipe down every single toy and put it up where it needs to go. This might seem a little odd, but we want to leave our classrooms better than what we found them. We've been super blessed at Hope Fellowship that we are actually able to use our building for other things besides our personal events. We've had preschool graduations, teacher training, and all kinds of things. Sometimes we even have other churches call us and ask if they can tour our facility to get ideas to run their ministries well. And so we want to make sure that those classrooms look even better than it did when we entered. Also, be mindful of the staff that is going to come in the next night. Please don't just throw the curriculum in a bucket in a closet, but make sure it's all nice and organized the way you would want it to be when you showed up. Don't forget to turn off our DVD players and our TVs. I know it's so easy to forget that step. So now you've wiped everything down, your curriculum's nice and organized, you've restocked your snacks, you've turned off your TV, it is time to head out. Please turn off all lights and lock the door behind you. As soon as you're done, we ask that you pull out your cell phone and you clock out on Paylocity. Hey, we really hope that you build deep friendships here. We want you to be in community. We love listening to y'all talk on your way out, making plans to grab ice cream or pray for each other about that doctor's appointment coming up, stuff like that. But once again, we want to honor ministry time and ministry money, and we want to clock out as soon as we're done in our classrooms. We ask that you be really diligent at remembering to clock in and clock out. But in the very rare occasion that something happens, don't worry about emailing us, as we don't have anything to do with payroll. Go ahead and shoot an email over to HR. You're going to put your name, the date of the event, your clock in time, and your clock out time on that email. And you can send that over to HR so that they can get that corrected. But we need that to be on a rare occasion. We understand that anyone's capable of making a simple mistake, but let's do our very best to keep those mistakes to a minimum, as HR has lots of people on their payroll that they're having to manage their time. And so we don't want to bombard them with a bunch of emails. We are so thankful for you. We love doing ministry with you, and we're thankful that we get to not only work in the calling that the Lord has given us and teach these kids about Jesus, but that the Lord provides for our families through this. How amazing is that? So thank you for being part of this ministry with us. We love you, and we hope you have a great day.